Well, hello there, folks, and we are back in Strategic Mind Fight for Freedom. We're going to be playing the Norwegian campaign, so we are, of course, playing as the Allies
Prime Minister
trying to
Chamberlain
liberate
is trying
Norway.
to convince Norway to allow us to land in Narvik. If we cut Germany off from the Swedish iron ore supply, we'll deal a devastating blow to Herr Hitler's armaments plan.
And if we don't get the authorization in time? Tensions are high. Norwegian neutrality could disappear at any moment. Could we land without their formal approval?
The whole region may decide to back the Axis if we do. But if we wait until the Axis invades Norway... Any news on Operation Wilfred? Did the Germans take the bait?
Hook, line, and sinker. The German cargo ships were forced into the neutral waters, where our fleet made short work of them. As we expected, the Germans are planning secret landings in Norway.
In that case, we should launch our own landings immediately to get ahead of the Germans.
Too late for that, I'm afraid. They've invaded Denmark. Their paratroopers are already on their way to Norway.
Ah, so the Germans took not only our bait, but the fishing rod and the arm too.
In that case, gentlemen, we have no time to waste. Sir Harold, you are to depart and assume command of the landing operation immediately. Good luck.
A capable commander is worth 10 lucky ones. Keep your wits about you, Alexander.
Alright, guys, so it looks like we're actually getting involved at the start of the German invasion of Norway. Don't think we're actually liberating her, so it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out,
General
basically.
Alexander, your main objective is to establish our control over the coast of Norway. We need a beachhead for advancing towards Oslo. To that end, you must take Narvik, Bodo,
Oh, okay. No, the Germans have already landed.
Namsos, Steinkjer, Trondheim, Åndalsnes, and Lillehammer. We should also establish a base for our aviation as soon as possible. Capture one of the Norwegian airfields, and we'll be able to send in the Royal Air Force.
What about the Kriegsmarine in the area, General Brook? I'd rather not land our troops under naval bombardment if I can help it.
Don't worry about them. The Royal Norwegian Navy has engaged the Kriegsmarine off the coast of Norway, and our allies seem to have the upper hand. Besides, the aircraft carrier HMS Glorious is now under your command. She'll help you by suppressing the Germans near the coast. Do try to keep her intact for future battles, Harold. HMS Glorious is far from young, but also far from useless.
General Alexander, I suggest we conduct an aerial reconnaissance of the designated landing zone near Namsos. I wouldn't want a German welcoming party to sneak up on us.
Sound thinking, Bernard. That's what we shall do.
Alright, guys, so here we go. We are, of course, going to jump in here. Now, somebody mentioned something about a reconnaissance flight, and I want to see if we can do that. We're just the deployment mode right now. Let's end deployment. I want to see if we can do that with the aircraft carrier over here. So as for
Capital ship
the
reporting.
HQ, I think we can drop the HQ right on the capital ship here. Even the famous Gurkha units are available in this scenario, and look at that. They've got a Ayo Gorkali, or Gurkha combat attack mode, where they get into, like, melee, pretty much stab away at the enemy. It's good to see that there's also some Norwegian troops still holding out in between the main cities, so we are going to try and push inland if we can. Right now we're going to have to wait at least one turn, but next turn I want to push inland with these guys, and in fact... I don't know why this guy has a seaport disembark when the other ones were able to get off, but that's okay. We also want to continue bombarding these other areas. So what I'm going to do is move up with the artillery. Let's see if we can't drop the arty. And I know he's pretty much safe because he's behind this Norwegian unit. But again, transport ship, sea transport. For some reason, we could land these two guys, but we couldn't land the rest. So let's take a look at this transport ship and see if the same is true over here. And again, maybe it's simply we have to wait until next turn to disembark. See, this unit, we had no issue disembarking. Perhaps it's only infantry units that can get out. In any case, guys, we'll find out. But we need to capture one of these seaports. That's going to be extremely important. Since this one seems to be the closest one, I am going to start bombarding it. Believe it or not, even at this distance, we can hit it with even a destroyer and do some damage. So I'm going to fire away. Obviously, I hate that we have to bombard this civilian area, but there's not really much alternative here, to be honest with you. And when we drop this tank, for sure he's going to be ambushed. And once again, that's a unit only possible to land at the seaport. So it has to be that only the infantry units seem to be able to land over
need
here.
A ride?
Let's get a few more down on the
We'll get you there in due
on the ground, especially here on the enemy rail supply, etc. Look at that. See, and he would take damage, so I'm going to undo that disembark, and I'm going to wait till next turn. However, it's good to see that he's got that. So we're going to push up. We're going to do exactly what we did with the destroyer before, and that is continue to bombard this area, try and weaken it as much as possible for our landing. Because I think once we take the port, that's when we can actually start, you know, storing men there. And I'm not even sure. Yeah, seaport. No, it is definitely a seaport. I was going to say, I'm not even sure this is a seaport, but it certainly is. And look at that. Massive barrage. We're also going to do the same to whatever unit this is. Reduced a little bit of damage from that target. I'm going to fire again. Looks like we even got the city on fire. Yeah, this is pretty vicious. I hope we don't end up damaging it. But we got to do what you got to do. This transport ship, let's get over here.
There in due time.
Again, I'm really trying to just spread them evenly on the coast. And sure enough, what did I tell you guys about
the
enemies waiting for us? We want to try and get some units to target those enemies.
Need a ride?
A navy and an air flute in one.
Hey, need a ride?
In this case, I think all we have are the tribal class destroyers.
What is your command?
And I believe we've used just about all of them. Maybe not this one. So we'll bring this one down to target that seaport, or potentially target one of the other coastal weapons or units that the Germans have here.
Destroyer standing by. For king and country. General quarters.
The sea's ours.
Alright, a county class. Again, we're going to get him closer to the coast so that he can provide some real support here. And I'm going to continue moving forward with the land units. Now, again, I think if it's not an infantry unit, it's not going to be able to land. So, again, we just have to focus on those infantry units and hope that they can gain a beachhead. Because if these guys can't gain a beachhead, we're stuck out here for good. Alright, guys, I think that's about it for this turn. Let's end it and see what the enemy... No, wait, we still have a few units. Still have a few infantry units. Let's put one over here. No suitable area. Ah, we got to get to a flatter territory there to be able to land.
Understood.
Here the issue is that we're going to take landing casualties.
Hey, need a ride?
So yeah, I think the best thing to do is wait. We can't forget that we also have Norwegian allies here that are going to be able to push up on their own. So I'm just going to do a quick kind of look around to see if we're forgetting any of the destroyers specifically. Maybe the Dingo can land? Might as well find out. Alright. Okay, guys, so it's clear. We have to take that seaport. And I'm hoping this infantry unit is going to be able to take it next turn fairly easily. Unfortunately, we don't have an HQ on the ground right now. There's no way we're going to be able to improve or reinforce it. But something to be done in the future. Alright, guys, let's end the turn. Here we go. Alright, enemy air units coming in to damage the landing ships. Good idea. They're going specifically for those landing craft, so they know exactly what they need to do. Looks like the Germans also have some pretty massive battleships here. It's going to be a really nasty battle. Tremendous amount of damage here. Look at that. And they haven't even fired with their main battleship yet. But we're going to have to turn these guys around and face them almost head on. In fact, I'm glad we kept these naval units down here and didn't bring them to the coast, because we see what we're facing, and we can immediately respond to it. They won't be able to get over here and stop any of our current naval attacks. At least, I'm hoping they will. Nice! Actually popped off some torpedoes from our own ship to damage the enemy one there. And it looks like they did the same thing here. Absolute behemoth, and it's going straight for our aircraft carrier. So now more than ever, we need to take that port. I mean, if we could take that port, we could start landing the tanks, all that other stuff. We must take one of these seaports. There's no way around it. Nice overwatch shot from both of our ships. Next turn, hopefully, the Norwegians go ahead and completely annihilate them. We don't actually control these units, but of course, it would be nice if they moved up here and assisted our landing, but they're really trying to control the German Navy right now. We could actually go down there with some of our own attack craft and assist them, but I think it's best to defend our ships. Coastal guns! My goodness. An enemy vehicle here as well. Ah, I expected our men to stop them for sure there. Wow. Completely demoralized. Was that the Norwegian unit, or was that our own? I guess we'll soon find out. Yeah, it looks like the Norwegians are actually moving up here to attack. They're even moving their ships. Okay, I take back what I said. It looks like they are aware of the situation. Yep, the German Navy is definitely hurting. Definitely hurting.
2 German battleships with escorts are currently heading for Norway. Make sure they don't catch you by surprise, General, or you'll have your hands full.
Understood, Menzies.
We've been contacted by the King's men. King Hakon VII's men,
Oh boy.
His Majesty is in dire straits and needs our help. He and a handful of Norwegian elite soldiers are dug in southwest of Trondheim.
This is what I really like about Strategic Mind. Are these like additional mini missions, historical missions that they add in?
Don't worry.
Absolutely fascinating. So we have to escort King Hakon to safety. We have to try and get over there as quickly as possible. It's not going to be easy. And I really think it's most important to focus on the land units right now. Even if we take damage, we got to land them.
Transport. Standing by.
Let's see, over here.
Tommies are here. Key point is ours.
Alright, we've taken the airfield. Or maybe it's just
Tommies
the city
here.
tile. It doesn't count as an airfield. We're going to
Escort
bombard
fleet
this
is
area.
here.
I'd love to go and hit the enemy units here. But at the same time, I really think we need to provide that supporting fire. Not sure what the right approach here is. Let's see what we can do with the aircraft carrier against this guy first.
Green light for the
We got
barrage.
some swordfish to use against him, but we should probably fly away.
Acknowledged. We're moving.
And now let's pop out
No
the
escaping
swordfish.
The Saints are coming.
There we go. That's going to be an easy way to deal with the enemy. Bring in some bombers to knock them out of the water. Torpedo bombers, mind you. So a nice little
Talk about
surprise for the
king-sized.
Germans. Let's get another
What
one.
is your order?
Another fairy swordfish.
Share these rations.
Looks like so far they've avoided our attack, though. It's quite an old plane, so I don't know how effective it's going to be. Nice! Okay, I'll take that back.
I swear, if I
at
hear
least-
someone calling us a banana boat,
Okay, yes, that too. We'll just have to keep on fighting and kind of see. Again, it's a torpedo boat, so it's going to have absolutely no use on land. Right there, it's not performing nearly as well as it was before.
The Royal Air Force is here.
So yeah, I think I'm going to keep my
Forward in an
distance.
orderly fashion. Understood?
I will, however, open up and try to sink this thing.
Now this
At least give him one
knows
volley.
diplomacy.
And not dead yet. I'll have to give him a second one.
Continuous.
Gonna take quite a while to take this guy down. I expected it wouldn't take that long. Alright, we'll provide a little bit of supporting fire here. I'm hoping that that reduces entrenchment a bit. It does. A second shot should reduce it dramatically.
Infantry reporting.
Here we go.
Some fine soldiering.
You know, again, our men are wounded here, are damaged, but what I'm going to do is fall back with them.
His Majesty's own disappointment.
Push forward.
For king and country.
Here we go,
Send
boys.
in the mortician.
I do believe we've taken the seaport. The question is, can we move there? And it looks like we can. Wonderful. So that's the first capture there. We have 7 more victory hexes to grab, and of course we still need to get to King Hakon here.
Hey, need a ride?
Which is going to be its own
We'll
issue.
get you there
Now that
in
we've got
due
the
time.
seaport, we should be able to actually drop these guys off, but
Infantry
of course we're going to have to
awaiting
get the
orders.
infantry out of the way first. And that, of course, can be a bit of a
Forward
problem.
in an orderly fashion. Understood?
What can we do over here to assist?
Hey, need a ride? Transport. Standing by.
Yeah, no free terrain.
Transport. Standing by.
Now, this transport ship does have an infantry unit alongside it. I almost feel like we should bring it over here to assist us in hitting that scout unit. We could also bring him over here to the north and open up yet another area, you know, to drop off our men. So I'm kind of uncertain which one would be better. I think we should go here because King Hakon, is he? Let's take a look. Where is he? Oh, he's all the way over here. Okay, in that case, that determines where I'm going to go. I'm going to head south and try and get the infantry on land. Only possible at a seaport. That is really strange. How some of them are possible here, others only at a seaport.
Understood?
All right, let's open fire from distance at least.
General quarters.
Shock and awe.
Maybe we could just completely get rid of that unit. We could also do some damage to the enemy air units here. That seems like such a waste.
Time to assert
And again,
dominance.
the damage they can do is pretty dramatic. So you know what? I'm going to put full focus on that air unit and really get it to a point where it can't damage us at all.
Rapid and continuous.
There we go. They are going to flee. I believe we might still have another shot. No, that's going to be it. However, with our infantry...
Understood. Enjoy
Come on, boys. They are going to take landing damage, for sure.
Hey, need a ride? Forward in an orderly fashion. Understood?
We're already going to start setting these tanks outside because, of course, we're going to move them in eventually.
Forward in an orderly fashion. Understood? We'll get you there in due time.
Tommies are here.
Let's see what we want to do here with this unit. So I'm going to proceed east.
Transport. Standing by. Forward in an orderly fashion. Understood?
Well, I think I'm going to end the turn there.
Hey, need a
hope
ride?
for the best. There's nothing we can do in the south because, of course, those are not our units.
Standing by.
That belongs to the Norwegian Navy. But I do hope that they keep doing a nice job. They're doing a tremendous job right now helping us out. If they can keep this up, I'm going to be quite happy. And in fact, I think we're about to sink another enemy ship, if I'm not mistaken. Very close. We still have a few ferry swordfish. We might as well use them, right? So here we go. Sending out the ferries. And there we go. Sunk one of the enemy ships. Absolutely wonderful. I'm also going to take the other ferry swordfish, and I believe we've got an enemy ship here, but maybe since it's close to port... Nope, we can hit it. Maybe since it's close to port, we can't hit it, but we certainly can. Here we go, folks. We want no German resistance at sea. Got enough German resistance from the air. Nice. Did a little bit of damage there.
All hands on deck.
We actually still have a shot to take. You know what? I'm going to help out our Norwegian allies in the city. Maybe they could take it next turn. If they take it, it's almost as if we've taken it. You know, we still get all of the respect for it. And we can also fire off our torps over there at that German ship. So just a little bit of additional damage to end the turn. Got a little shell hole in there. Although we also have a shell hole. Everybody took damage in that fight.
Hey, need a ride?
British infantry reporting.
Again, I don't
Where do you
think
need
that
us?
we're able to reinforce them without the HQ. But let's see what happens. So we're going to go ahead and end the turn, guys. Hell of a fight, though. Like, really. Did not expect this much, you know, content for Norway.
Confirmed.
And it's damn good. Alright, they're not liking those ferries whatsoever. We might land that one because he's taken quite a few hits. Guy's definitely suffering. Oh. Devastating attack. Yeah, like I said, the air units on their side are doing a lot of work when compared to their actual sea units here. They can't do much with the Navy, but with the Luftwaffe, they can just hammer away at our ships. Man. Again, devastating damage to those units at the seaport. We've just got to try to land as many as possible. And I'm guessing we can only land 2 at a time, so it's going to be interesting to see how we make it out of here. Alright, there we go. The Norwegians are launching their attacks. Desperately trying to get into the city. It looks like they did get in. Got some intelligence data, but I wonder if we can just walk in with our own ships and start dropping people at the seaport. I really hope so. Got some massive ships here, and maybe now they can support us on the actual ground. We still have to deal with this massive enemy ship, but they're pretty badly damaged. So at some point they're going to be able to get over here on the coast and really give us that supporting fire that we need. But first, they're getting rid of the behemoth over here. Nice shot. There we go. One down, just beautiful. Norwegian Navy is doing exactly what we want them to do. Now they're focusing on the coastal
It
guns.
seems a powerful Kriegsmarine battle group is headed your way, including 2 battleships, Scharnhorst and Gneisenau. I suggest you seize the initiative and try to sink both.
Thank you, General Menzies. We'll make sure those battleships are done sailing.
So that is an additional thing we could do here, but again, my focus is going to be getting all of our men on
soldering ray for
land.
me.
That's the most important thing for me right now. It looks like that's the enemy airfield that we're trying to capture as well, so we might move over there and
Pack up
begin
your
the
troubles
push.
in your old kit bag.
Kind of see what they've got over here. We're not getting a very good view of it, but here's what I really want to see, is can we drop off some of these units?
In an orderly fashion.
Let's
Understood?
Yes, beautiful,
I
guys.
spy with
That
my
answers
little
my
eye.
question, and of course makes things a little easier for us. We could, of course, head north, but I think I might leave that one to the Norwegians. I think all of our focus has to
In
be
a
south,
jiffy.
over where the airfield is, and this Daimler Dingo should be able to also get some reconnaissance, although it's also an HQ unit, so I want to
Officer
be very
approaching.
careful here. Let's attack.
5 rounds left.
Recon units standing by.
I'm actually going to push back a bit. I kind of want to attack,
Hit and
though.
run.
I think we're going to be fine, although I wouldn't recommend this. So we managed to damage him
We're
a bit.
moving.
And I'm going to move back once again. Let's try and
Officer
bring in
approaching.
this infantry unit as well.
Move, move, move.
And this is where we can really start dropping all of our armor,
Transport.
etc. right
Standing
here,
by.
I believe. Yeah, this guy's going to have to go right to the seaport.
We'll get you
Fair
there
enough.
in due time.
And let's pop him out right there. Love to take
British
out that
infantry
enemy
reporting.
entrenchment there, but I'm guessing we need something like artillery to mess with it. Yeah, we'd be moving here by truck either way, so I don't think it's necessarily worth it. Although, yeah, you know, we're going to need somebody to go up and capture that northern point. I'm sure the Norwegians aren't going to put too much effort into it, so we will send one of the infantry units up there.
Need a ride?
As for AA, why not drop it here?
Enjoy the cruise.
Here we go. Disembark AA, and maybe over by the road somewhere. In fact, we might even be able to fire already. Beautiful.
All right, sir. We'll try.
Wonderful.
Transport. Standing by. We'll get you there in due time.
Any orders for us?
Once again, that bunker, we're not doing that much damage to it. What I will do is push up over here. Now we've got some armor on the actual map.
Hit him!
Sure enough.
Tank squadron reporting.
Still doing quite a lot of damage. Now, this is not one of the required locations that we take, but we do have to capture an airfield. So this is going to be that airfield, pretty much. What else can we do here? Some of our cruisers are badly damaged. I'm going to unload this tank. I see enemy tanks right there. I want to deal with them immediately. So let's disembark. Go over here.
Guarding the Empire.
It's going to take a little bit, but we're going to start pushing forward. And I am going to try to provide artillery support from our ships over here.
Fire. Rapid and continuous.
Just hit their armor
Man
to the
all
ground pretty
battle
much.
stations. Man all battle stations. Fleeing us?
Nice.
Cowardly.
The enemy
But
is
smart,
fleeing
my
and
friend.
their building is on fire. Guess I can't say I blame them. You know what? We're going to target the enemy
Wallop them
planes
like it's
here.
Trafalgar again.
I actually probably should have targeted that Heinkel.
Time to assert dominance.
We're a little too close to the coast, but whatever needs to be done to do some damage to enemy air units.
Forward
Love
in
it.
an orderly fashion.
Let's get this tank
Understood?
out. We're going to have to repair him, of course. Now let's
Tank
see if we can repair him, because we do have an
reporting.
HQ unit on the ground, but I don't believe it's the proper HQ. No, we're good. All right. Reinforce. There we go, guys. We've got a fresh
need a
tank
ride?
unit. Beautiful.
We'll get you there in due time.
The goal here is to unleash our entire army on the enemy here, because we can't leave anybody behind. I am going to open
Engaging
fire
the
on
enemy.
the German infantry once again at the airfield. We want to get through to this location as quickly as possible. And I just love the look of that vehicle. Look at that. Machine gun out in front, ready to engage. Let's do it, man. Ooh, come on, boys. Open fire.
Target
More than a
destroyed.
machine gun. I like that. All right, guys.
It's ours now.
We're going to push in,
Our
and
forces have captured an
we do
airfield, sir.
have an
Call in the
airfield.
RAF.
Splendid. Give my thanks to the soldiers involved and start deploying the Air Force.
The Royal Air Force is here.
Oh my goodness, guys. We've got some bombers.
Tactical bomber
We're going to have a
standing
lot of
by.
fun with this. Looks like we're not necessarily supposed to use them this turn. Yeah, no, we can't use them this turn, but they are
There's
here
no outmaneuvering
for
us.
our use. This is exciting. Of course, I
The
want to keep my
workhorse
focus...
of the Navy.
oh my gosh, there's even more. I want to keep my focus on the invasion.
The sea's ours.
So let's keep on looking for units
Hey,
that
need
have
a
not
ride?
dropped yet. This guy hasn't dropped yet.
Earthshakers are here.
This guy has.
Got a job for a tank? Guarding the Empire.
Forward in an orderly
got
fashion.
most of them.
Understood?
And some of them
Hey,
are going to
need
have
a
to wait
ride?
till next turn, unfortunately.
Hey, need a ride?
Any work for a flak battery?
Forward in an orderly fashion. Understood? Transport. Standing by.
Tommies are here. British infantry reporting. His
Alright, I think we
Majesty's
fired
finest.
just about everything. Do we have any additional shots? Nope, don't believe so.
Destroyer
Just
standing
checking.
by.
The destroyer's already fired.
Giving it all we've got.
Well, I guess it's going to be up to the
Heavy
RAF
lies the
next
crown.
turn, guys. And that's it for our forces. I don't know if that's going to be sufficient for ground forces to win this particular campaign. But we'll have to see. Alright, let's see. Not sure why that didn't in turn.
A soldering life for me.
Huh.
Capital ship reporting.
Yeah, let's do another check, because now I'm seeing more options here. It could be that we are out of shots, but I get a feeling that I was selecting something wrong
Transport.
there. Yeah,
Standing by.
there we go. So we can at least get
We'll
these
get you
transports
there
closer.
in
We
due
might not be
time.
able to get them here this turn. This one certainly can't
Giving
move.
it all we've got.
Okay, look at that. So it looks like we can certainly...
What is your order?
I don't know what that was about, but now we can use the RAF, so let's do it. Here we go, guys.
Share
Going
these
straight for the
rations.
airfield, first of all. We want to start hitting these coastal airfields with everything we've got. Another thing I'm going to do is
There's no
remove the
outmaneuvering
threat
us.
of those enemy bombers completely. So let's move in with our fighters and shoot them down.
Etc.
Bring in another one right here behind the enemy. And again, same thing.
So do I. Not so tough now, are you?
I was going to say down she goes, but she's still got a little fight left in her.
Standing by.
If we could only drop off this particular AA, then we could easily destroy that thing this
Royal
turn.
fighters
But that's
standing
okay, we
by.
can still get him.
Greetings from the Isles.
I just wanted to
little bugger.
avoid using 3 fighter groups to take him out. But whatever we need to do to get the win. Here we go, boys. Put her in the sea. Or actually on that hill. Maybe that's why they flew over this island location, because at the very least,
Keep
they could
calm
drop
and
off there.
bomb the bad
Okay,
guy.
I'm going straight for the tank. I
Rain
think we can get a
fire.
kill on that tank this turn. And sure enough,
No walking away
there
from
we
that.
go. We're also going to need
Moving
to
the
use these
clouds.
bombers to start destroying those coastal forts.
Bomber
I'm sure they're going to
squadron
be
ready
extremely
for duty.
effective against them. At least more effective than anything else we've
Rain
sent.
fire.
So let's do it. Bomb the coast, boys. Nothing too fancy.
Keep calm and
Just enough to
bomb
make
the
a difference.
bad guy.
You know what? I'm actually going to fly
Moving the
north
clouds.
in an effort to help our friends.
Bomber squadron ready for duty.
Gonna have this guy fly back to base. But as
Where
for
do you
our
need
other
us?
fireflies, excuse me, fairies,
Rain
we're gonna
fire.
go ahead and attack here. I don't know why I call them fireflies. About as useful as a
Where do you
firefly.
need us?
Yeah, that's not gonna work out for
No
us.
escaping us.
Neither is that. So we'll keep them
Any orders
kind
for
of where
us?
they are. What I am gonna do is attack the enemy's fighter wing over here, or bomber wing in any
Beginning the
case.
attack run.
So let's go ahead and just try to, reduce their number. That's going to do us a world of good. Yeah, their fighter support was useless there.
Standing by. Plotting course.
Tank ready for action.
And once again, guys, we're going to reinforce the tanks. Again, now that we've got that
Transport.
HQ unit, things get
Standing
a
by.
lot easier for us on the
Transport.
armored front.
Standing by.
I believe we
Enjoy
even
the
have
cruise.
some artillery. This is going to be fun. Let's drop the artillery out.
Yes,
And
Commander.
he might be able to start softening up this target. It doesn't look like he's going to do much damage to it, frankly. We'll open fire anyway.
You catch.
You never know, sometimes you can
Transport.
still break through.
Standing by. Enjoy the cruise.
And I believe we can disembark. No, wow. So, though, actually, it's not because we can't drop at a Norwegian location. That's not considered a seaport.
The escort fleet is here.
It's simply not considered the same kind of ship.
Destroyer here. What is your command? Enemy ahead.
He's down, for sure. Or he's going to flee, one or the other.
Hit confirmed.
Here we go.
Understood. Moving.
Actually, this is a terrible place to put him because I'm blocking the entrance to all my other units, so I'm undoing that move.
Pound away.
Let's just assist with the air units.
Enemy ahead.
Wow, one more shot and they would have gone down.
Destroyer here. What is your command?
Again,
Fight
we're
king
only
and
interested
country.
in targeting enemy air units at this
Fight
point.
king and
Even though
country.
at this point they can't really do much damage to our supply boats, they can still damage our troops on the ground, so I still think
His
it's
Majesty's finest.
The Royal Air Force
sort
is
of a
here.
bonus to keep on attacking them in that area. But I'm not going to worry too much about these additional objectives. We don't have the time. We want to move out. First of all, we definitely want to get King Haakon, even though that's not one of our primary objectives. And we want to capture those 8 cities. So, let's end it. As always, I would ask, especially
Wait, they
those
are
of you
fleeing?
that have watched this far from the beginning, please make sure to drop a comment on this video. It really helps us out on YouTube. Just comment, hit that like, and let us know what you think so far. What did you like about the video? What sort of campaigns would you like to see in the future? Do you think we should make these videos longer or shorter? I'd really like to get some feedback. A lot of work goes into these strategic mine videos because they do take a while to get through the campaign, but there's not as much editing needed, so, you know, at the same time, it's kind of a plus for live streams and situations like that. Here we go. Looks like our Norwegian friends are going to get rid of that ship this turn. No! Even with the torpedo response, they're not doing much damage. It could be that Scharnhorst moves in here and actually gets rid of the southern Norwegian defenses. But at least they'll be busy with them and not with our men. Oh, wow. So the Norwegian troops are falling back and definitely taking up defensive positions from what I can see. That's a little concerning, which means that we may be entirely responsible for taking that final, or that northernmost city. Good shooting, trying to take out those coastal guns. I do appreciate that. Good shooting. Wow. Love that Norwegian Navy. I mean, they're kind of making do with what they have, and despite not having the largest navy in the world or coastal guns in the world, they did damage the Germans quite a bit. They didn't expect to take that much, you know, trying to take Norway. Oh boy. Really good shooting there. Got rid of one of their problem ships, of course. They are going after that behemoth for sure. I'm not sure that's going to go very well for them, but they have to try and target him, of course. Alright, guys, back to us. Let's see if we can't make some more headway here in the campaign. First things first, I want to get rid of the enemy fighters completely.
Approaching target. Should we chase them down?
Yes.
There's no outmaneuvering us.
We're going to be taking down two squadrons, a squadron of bombers and a squadron of fighters, for sure, this turn. Down they go.
Ha! Call a meat wagon for that one.
Oh, I like that. Call a meat wagon for that one.
His Majesty's
All right,
finest.
and scraping run on him, and he's gone too.
Royal Air Force.
It's a shame we can't attack twice because we could have followed up and destroyed them as well.
Fighter
But I
squadron,
don't think that'll be an issue. We can still probably knock them out of the sky.
One more for the tally.
Let's go ahead over here, and I want to recruit some additional units. But once again, we can't get reinforcement here. That's
Tank
odd.
ready for action.
So we can get reinforcement for our tanks, but not for our infantry. Okay. We're gonna make this tank and this infantry unit responsible for taking that city to the north.
Sentry duty.
Let's send them forward. I hate to have to put them in a supply truck, but we gotta do what we gotta do. And I'm actually just gonna do some kind of preemptive bombing runs. That hurt quite a bit. And also we'll continue to the south. I think the south is gonna be the most important area.
Survival chances?
Can we push right through?
Stand by for a bumpy ride.
I think we can. Alright.
Nobody will stay hidden for long.
Still make sure that the Daimler actually takes this location.
Hidden enemy up ahead. Any orders for us?
Alright, sure enough, guys, they did detect the enemy right there. Look at that. So if we went right for an attack, we would certainly be taking some damage. I'm just going to push them forward. And again, they'll be able to provide us a little more information on that enemy unit. Is that an artillery piece? It certainly is. So it'd be really nice to get one of our bombers to strike that artillery piece. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going straight for it. Targets like that are perfect for bombers. Unfortunately, enemies got some AA, it looks like.
Ready for duty.
All right,
Dropping the payload.
we'll have to drop it here. As for the swordfish,
Ready to make
not
some
much more they can do
craters.
for us unless we want to send them south. But they are almost out of fuel, so I'm going to bring all of the swordfish right back to base.
Fly fast, hit hard.
However, there's no reason we can't use this
No
aircraft
escaping
carrier
us.
for future operations.
We are unmatched.
So let's get over here,
Receiving the coordinates.
and again, just provide some of that supporting fire. Probably should have hit the artillery in the back. That's okay, though.
His Majesty's ship ready for duty. Engine at top speed.
I don't see any enemy targets there, but again,
Fire. Rapid
might as well
continuous.
put our
Now
artillery
this
on that
boats
coastal
diplomacy.
fort.
All of them like it's Trafalgar again.
Nice.
Aye, Commander.
So we're going to take some damage moving
The
through
gunners
here.
are here.
But maybe we can do some
Understood,
damage
moving.
before moving out. No line of fire. Damn
What
those
is your
mountains. Despite the dangers,
Opening
I
the
am going to go
bomb
for the
chute.
AA behind. It might actually even be artillery.
Flying to designated
entirely sure.
coordinates.
Time to assert dominance. And the battle
We are
is
going
joined.
to soften
Men all
up
stations.
the enemy location with the King George. As you can see, the King George has essentially just set the damn city on fire.
Earth shakers are here.
Yeah,
Stand
you gotta
by
do what
for
you
a
gotta
bumpy
do.
ride.
Might be some mines here. Yep. Oh, it's just the overwatch from the coastal guns.
We'll hold this for you.
Pretty cool. It's not going to
Target
stop
in
us,
sight.
though.
Save that for the combat record.
And there we go, folks. Another city liberated. Almost. Namsos is ahead of us. It's almost liberated, let's say.
Fighter squadron ready for duty.
Tanks awaiting orders.
We'll take the risk. We'll take the
Open
losses.
fire.
There's a pack here. There's also supporting defenses, but I am going to go for it anyway.
Anybody call for big boomers?
Onwards.
Guarding the Empire.
His Majesty's own disappointment.
Right through, boys. And I think next turn we will have the entire city. In fact, we might have these two cities if we play it safe.
Nobody will stay hidden for long. Where do we go now?
Whatever I tell you.
Orders received. Man all battle stations. For king and country.
Nice! Wow, forcing the artillery to flee. It's a shame we don't have a unit to move in there this
Earthshakers are
turn,
here.
but again, that's exactly what we want to do.
Forward in an orderly fashion. Understood?
We'll bring this artillery to support our northern push.
Making our way to new
I think we've
location.
dedicated enough units to that northern area, so the rest are going to head south, I
A
believe.
soldering life for me. Onwards.
Yep, there we go.
Officer approaching. God save the king. A soldering life for me. There's no outmaneuvering us.
Looks like we might still have an attack with the bomber. I think you guys know what I'm going to go for. It's going to be either the coastal forts or
Bombs
the enemy
away.
artillery. In this case, it's going to be enemy arty. All right, not bad, folks.
Loaded to the brim. Ready to make some craters.
All right, let's
Royal Air
end
Forces
the
here.
turn, folks. I'm actually thinking maybe we can bring this guy a little closer, because he can also provide that support from a
Moving the
distance.
clouds.
And yeah, that's going to be it. I am going to end the turn.
Target
That's
has been
a
eliminated.
wonderful shot. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that ship looks like an absolute monster. they are definitely being beaten here by the Germans in the southern part of the country here. But I'm not too concerned. Again, we're already on land. This is more of an irritation than anything else. I don't think it's really going to affect us. But again, if they get to the coast and start firing at our units, you bet you it's going to affect us. So let's see how we respond to this. Let's see how quickly we actually move up. And it looks like, yeah, the Germans are actually still sending armored units up here to take us on. So that means they probably still have quite a lot of units here that are capable of a fight. I think so anyway. We'll soon see. And obviously we'll use our bombers against those units. We'll also try to use our ships against them. It looks like our allied ships are doing exactly that. Trying to assist us on the coast. Because if we take those cities, we win this campaign. Nice. Doing exactly what we want. The Norwegians might actually win this one. Look at that, or at least be able to take out the Scharnhorst. I think that's the Scharnhorst. Again, focusing that artillery not on us, but on our Norwegian allies. I like that. We've just opened up another section of the city, or I should say our Norwegian allies have. We're gonna roll right through, take that city, and then keep on going south. Alright, let's have a look here. Let's see if they've truly made it easier for us or not. I believe so. What we will do is focus on the enemy bomber here. They do still have infantry defending this area, but of course, focus has to be the enemy tanks. We've got to wipe out enemy armor here. We don't want that behind our lines.
Tank squadron reporting.
In fact, looks like we'll still take a hit there.
Our timing is always impeccable. Loaded to the brim.
What we could probably do is actually get a tank unit behind them.
Nobody will stay hidden for long.
Let's see what happens. The Damir Dingo would take a hell of a hit.
Earth shakers are here.
Let's see how much damage the tank would do. Not much. It's kind of surprising, actually. So, let's take the bomber and hit the area. We are going to take damage for sure, but this seems like a pretty tough nut to crack.
The Saints are coming.
We're still going to drop the payload. I was kind of hoping to set something on fire.
For
now, let's move back, and we actually need to get that bomber to a safe location.
Giving it all we've got. Beginning the attack run.
We're even bringing in the fighters to carry out attack runs. Whatever works.
Officer approaching. Officer approaching. British infantry reporting.
So again, the Gurkhas would take hell of a hit here. I don't want them to take that hit, so let's push back. It's probably this actual coastal base that makes things
Any orders for us?
particularly complicated.
Earth shakers are here.
But we'll move forward with the cruisers. Just worried about that Overwatch.
Got a clear shot.
Didn't think they could Overwatch twice,
They're running for their
but
lives.
lesson learned.
Any orders for us?
We're certain to take additional Overwatch fire here, but we're also certain to destroy the enemy vehicle.
Fighter squadron is here.
Let's see if the fighter squadron can do the tough work.
Hit confirmed.
Wonderful.
On our last bombs.
We'll also push out with the bomber.
No escaping us.
Bring in another one and keep on hitting that armored unit. Last thing we need are German tanks attacking us. So he is fleeing in terror, and I'm pretty sure the destroyer can get rid of him. Look at that, off-coast artillery. Off-coast artillery firing and destroying that unit. Nicely done. Let's keep it up.
Confirm.
This should be a somewhat easier area to get into.
Where do you need us?
I believe we can also fly this guy back to a proper base. Just a torpedo bomber.
Workhorse of the Navy.
Ready for gunboat diplomacy.
Alright, let's open fire on the infantry. That was a pretty good hit. I think we can get another one. Gotta love the King George, man. Just capable of piercing through so much here. We are going to push the tank through. Let's hope he doesn't have any resistance along the way. Alright.
General, my agent in Norway reports a large number of German recoilless rifles currently stored at a warehouse in Leikanger. It's a small settlement west of Lillehammer.
The Germans are excellent engineers. I'd like to see what they've conjured up this time. We'll make sure to drop by Leikanger.
Okay, so they want us to drop by Leikanger. May or may not. We'll see. If it's on our way, we'll make it happen. Otherwise, my eye is on the prize here. I want to break through. I want to take this northern location over here and finish off the enemy once and for all.
Big boomers?
Move him up. Let's move the tank up. We'll
Anybody knows our survival chances?
Might as well bring up the AA.
Tommy's here.
Infantry as well.
Onwards. His Majesty's own disappointment. Making our way there.
We'll get it done.
We are going to be out of supply here.
Coordinates
I
received.
think I'll stick to this location.
Target in
and
sight.
we will attack the enemy coastal fort.
Any orders for us?
Looks like we're going to have to wait till next turn
Got a
to
job
see
for
if
a
we
tank.
get into that city
Got a
soon
job
or
for
not.
a tank.
Yeah, it certainly could take a while.
Aye, Commander.
Recon unit reporting. On our way. Any orders for us?
Forward in an orderly fashion. Understood?
Alright, let's head over here to the south.
Anti-tank cannon reporting.
Salutations, Commander. To your battle station.
Right, so we can at least, we know for sure we can target
Begin
the
barrage.
artillery piece. So let's keep firing there.
Keep calm and bomb the bad
This
guy.
bomber has to try and get back to an airbase.
Britannia rules the waves. Full speed. Pound away.
Same idea here, and that is just to try and damage the enemies here as much as possible. If we can set
His
fires,
Majesty's own
if we can
disappointment.
cause some havoc, that's wonderful, basically.
I'm listening. You know the rules, and so do I.
Problem is here the 88, the AA functions as anti-tank as well. That can be a bit confusing.
Any orders for us?
On our last bombs. Any orders for us? On our last bombs.
I think that's going to be it for this turn. Alright, let's end it, folks. Here we go. It's getting right down to the wire, that's for sure. Yep, they still have armor. I saw that back there. That's what I wanted to strike, but of course we would be flying over tremendous amounts of AA. But that is going to be a danger for us to face, that tank column. And again, I'm hoping that our RAF units will do most of the work here. I think if not for them, we wouldn't even have made it this far. So we'll see what kind of support they can bring. Get rid of them, boys. Or provide us some assistance. Nice. We're still getting that supporting fire from another one of the Norwegian ships. I just want them to set one of these bunkers on fire. Looks like we did set one bunker on fire a little to the south. Yeah, look at that. Wow. Keep it up, boys. Because because those artillery cannons are devastating. And now with 2 German tank groups, it feels like the world is against us. Is it our turn? Oh, okay, nice.
On our last bombs.
All right, folks, again, we've got to put the focus of the bombers on the tanks for sure.
Bombs away.
Get rid of the enemy armor or eliminate it as a threat. Then we have to start flying back to base because this guy is almost out of fuel.
On our last bombs. On our last bombs.
Same thing with this guy. He's not almost out of fuel, but he's pretty badly damaged.
I spy with my little eye. On our last bombs.
And again, we are going to do our damage here to the enemy armor. It might not be a lot, but it's going to have to do, and I will immediately start flying back to base. Even bringing in the fighters to do some damage here is useful, I think. As long as we're out of range of their AA, I think it's a grand idea.
The workhorse of the Navy.
Not sure why we didn't capture this point
a soldering
automatically.
life for me. Pack up your troubles in your old kit bag.
Need a scout?
We might have to send our tank. Maybe that's why we weren't getting any sort of... Oh, yeah. That area is entrenched by the enemy. It's a little weird.
The workhorse of the Navy.
I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Ammo's about to run out.
And again, we'll have him
For
just
the
fly
king,
over,
etc., etc.
do a strafing run, destroy some more armored targets. And we can start flying back to base with him as well.
Ammo's about to run out. Strafing.
They're all going to the same airbase. This place is going to get damn crowded.
Tank ready for action.
All right. 2 is better than nothing, so I will take that. I think maybe we dedicated too many troops to the north here. I'm not sure we needed this many
full of holes. Let's go
at the northern area. We'll soon find out.
Tanks awaiting orders.
We're not getting into Narvik this turn, it doesn't look like.
The workhorse of the Navy.
Whatever they have here, we are heavily damaging it. Although I'm sure we aren't making any friends among the Norwegian population, because to get through here, we're having to do a lot of damage, unfortunately, to their cities and towns.
Anybody call for big boomers?
Making our way there.
Locked and loaded. Time to make some noise.
Might as well try and damage it, but I don't think we're even going to break through with howitzers on this thing.
Changing positions.
We'll bring them kind of to the front line.
Anti-tank cannon reporting.
Let's bring in the AT cannon over here, south of our airbase.
Recon unit reporting.
Well, as long as we can keep reinforcement up, I might not do much with him.
His Majesty's finest. For the king, etc., etc.
All right. Ready to flatten some fools. Fire the main caliber.
Recon unit
and as
reporting.
nice as I would have liked it, but we could potentially wipe out this armor this turn.
We send them
He's
packing.
demoralized. I mean, one single attack or one single hit would really almost certainly get us the kill here.
Orders received.
Oh, he's just out of range by like a tile. Do you guys see that? That's so frustrating.
The Empire's finest.
Let's see if he can do anything. We're going to push him forward.
Affirmative.
And I think he is the answer to our problems. Look at that, guys. Getting rid of additional enemy armor. We're going to fire at that enemy armor up here as well. And I'm also going to shoot into the city.
Commence the barrage.
We can set set something on fire, cause a little more damage. Even if we're just lowering entrenchment, it's a step in the right direction.
Any orders for us? The Empire's finest.
I think we've got enough ships on duty over there, so I am bringing
Full
him
speed.
south. Still not quite understanding the logistics of this situation. I think the enemy's basically built up a base here, and we need to destroy the base before we get in. But I always thought it had to be defended by some sort of unit, so lesson learned. Alright, folks. Please don't forget to hit that like button, like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps. I know it's annoying to ask, but it's the only way we're going to really succeed as a channel. That and the awesome memberships, which I really appreciate. But I'm going to rush and get a coffee for this turn. Should take just 30 seconds, and I will be back by the time our turn begins.
Shakers are
I'm
here.
just not going to narrate here during the enemy's
reporting.
turn.
Britannia rules the waves. Where do we go now?
There we go. Should be able to get in easily now.
British infantry reporting.
All right, folks. Another attempt, another push, of course. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, before Christmas, indeed. And we still have to take 1, 2, 3, and of course the northernmost city, Notavik. 3 cities. So it ain't gonna be easy. No way. But we'll find a way. Here we go. Be back in about 2 minutes, folks. Okay, that took a lot less longer than expected. I didn't even leave because, frankly, I think this turn is going to be ours a lot sooner than I was thinking. Look at that city. That must be Oslo. Almost certainly is Oslo, in fact. And she's on fire. So taking the main capital would, of course, boost my morale a bit. But we still have a bunch more cities to take to the south of that, so we'll just kind of have to approach with caution, see what happens. Good work. Yep, the Norwegians knew exactly what to do. They immediately opened fire on the enemy artillery. The enemy armor, just wonderful. They know exactly what I need.
Need a new payload.
Now, here we go. I would love to attack with this guy. You know what? Maybe we can hit him and still fly back to base. Maybe we can do both. But he actually needs a payload. Although with the other ones, I'm hoping we can do that. Another issue could be since it's raining, maybe we can't actually do any bombing runs this turn.
Need a new payload.
Yeah, I don't think so. So we're going to get these guys all back to base. They're all landing right now.
Ammo reserves.
Let's try and do an attack run. Nope.
Ammo's about to run out.
About to run out, and he can attack. So we're definitely going to have to get him to follow up here. Destroy that enemy armored column, and of course, then we can head back to base. I just needed him to do that last job there.
Units standing by.
It looks like we can start targeting enemy arty.
I spy with my little eye.
Still got this damn thing to worry about, though.
Understood.
One at a time, boys. One at a time. An 88 against this thing. How can we possibly do any damage and not get killed?
Adjusting sights. Target destroyed.
Wow. Okay. That's what an amazing Damir Dingo. In fact, we will push over here. We'll try to get into the airfield next turn. Maybe it's just because of all the damage that's been done to these guys already. I'm guessing it's got to have something to do with that. In fact, I think we can destroy the artillery this turn. Just look at that. They surrendered. The enemy actually surrendered. Looks like our guys didn't accept their surrender, but as you can see, yeah, we were pretty much right in there.
Destroyer standing by. General quarters.
We'll also provide some supporting fire. city has been completely bombarded in an effort to make way for our troops. It's worked, though. I mean, it's a brutal way to get in, but they have almost nothing left to defend the city with. One more.
Rapid and continuous. Target obliterated.
And one for the infantry, too.
And the battle is joined. Tank squadron reporting.
He's still taking damage from that.
We'll get it done.
So the other option is to kind of go behind the line.
Orders
I think that's
confirmed.
what we're going to do. It'll take a little longer to get these units here,
Tank squadron
but
reporting.
they'll be
Orders
quite a bit
confirmed.
safer. And you know what? We might even be able to pick up King Haakon on the way, so
Where
this
do we
might
go
work
now?
out for multiple parties.
Understood. Moving. Country.
If I thought I could do any damage to it, I would target it. I still will, but you know, it's kind of like an exercise in futility. We're not going to be
His
doing any
Majesty's
damage
own
to that
disappointment.
unit. Just not going to happen. Oh, once again, we're not in there yet.
The sea is ours.
Officer approaching.
All hands on deck.
We're gonna have to just send back one of our
Royal
units to take
artillery
that location.
awaiting orders.
There we go. Alright, that was weird though. That location was kind of under enemy control, even though there were no enemies there. See if anybody in chat
Infantry
in the
awaiting
comments
orders.
can give us an example of a time that happened in history.
We'll get it done.
Sure it did.
We'll hold this for you.
There we go.
None shall
Thank
find
you,
us
Mr.
wanting.
Tank.
Fire at will.
Guarding the Empire.
This is a risk, but everything is a risk here. And because of the close defense, they did quite well.
God save the king.
Obviously, attacking a city with tanks,
please don't be
not
sentry
usually a
shooting.
good idea
Guarding the
because of the
Empire.
urban combat that's gonna occur because of that. Usually, the infantry is gonna come out on top.
Open fire.
But in this case, you know, we're doing everything we can to get in there, even at the cost of some of our own men. We really,
Commander,
you know, we've got a schedule
here
here
comes
that we're
the
trying to
pain.
keep.
Form
Not
up,
just the
form
game
up.
schedule, my own schedule. Spending too much time
Onwards.
streaming these
God
videos
save the king.
to
Making our way
YouTube,
there.
which sadly doesn't really pay us back the way it should.
Destroyer
I don't
standing by.
think. Another one. Yup. Let's do it. Just keep on setting fire to
Rapid
these
fire.
coastal cities. And I'm hoping that once we take Oslo and Narvik, these are the two biggest cities in Norway. I'm sure a Norwegian
None shall
sub
find
can
us wanting.
correct me on that, but then we just have to deal with the two cities to the south. Now, they're kind of rural, which might pose its own risks and problems, but
Infantry
I feel like
awaiting
things will be
orders.
just
Tommies
a little
are
bit
here.
easier for us. Just a little bit. You know what, I can also move this
Orders clear.
AA down here. There's no point in really keeping it up, but that's really cool. I didn't realize it was going to actually give a proper representation. It actually shows all of the air units that are waiting there. I like it. Okay.
We are the
Could just be a
Empire,
coincidence, by the
now
way.
as then.
But I'm going to move this guy south.
Laying course.
Look at that. So another pocket, and these are the two towns we have to take. There's definitely another pocket of resistance. There's artillery, etc. But I'm hoping that it'll be a
battle
walkover getting into Oslo here, and I think it will be.
Time to assert dominance. Ready to flatten some fools.
Our timing is
Okay,
always
boys.
impeccable.
Sorry to the citizens of Oslo. That whole city is on fire. You know what? We might actually be able to complete that secondary objective. It seems the Scharnhorst wants a piece of our navy too. So we might have a chance to attack them. More enemy armored columns. Not what I was expecting. I thought by now we would be through the worst of that. But it doesn't look like it. They're even doing some counterattacks here. Alright, I like to see our Norwegians actually doing a little bit of assisting work here with the infantry. They've been tremendous at sea, not as tremendous on land. That's exactly how it went, really, for Norway. Wow. I love the Norwegian Navy. We're definitely going to have to assist them here. We have to.
The sea's ours.
Let's see if we can't take this guy out.
Empire's
or at
finest.
least make that a more likely possibility.
And the battle is joined.
I'm not going to dedicate all of my firepower to it, but I feel like it does pose a threat now. So we're going to try to line up some shots on the thing. And at least damage her to make it easier for the Marines. Alright, folks, it's time to push in with additional units. They still have a few infantry alive there. Let's see if we can't stop that.
Rapid fire!
Spot a bother here. Fuel is low.
Oh, that's right. Oh, we do have an airfield here, although they also have an Overwatch AA gun here,
Nobody
evidently.
will stay hidden for long. Target acquired.
That's going to be a definite capture here. Moving in with the command units
Target
really to take this
destroyed.
location first.
Strategic location
Whatever
captured.
works. And there we go, guys. In fact, we can
We
go
got
ahead and
the
grab
asset.
this one as well. So now, of course, I believe actually 3 strategic locations, but that's because we haven't taken Narvik yet. We want to go over here, and that's it. I might also send a unit
Nobody
to
will
help
stay
out the
hidden
king.
for
Let's
long.
do it. Let's see if we can help him out.
At once come. We rallied with King Haakon, General Alexander.
Good. Escort him to an allied port at once. We can't let him fall into the Germans' hands.
Okay. The king's choice, just like the movie. So we're going to get him immediately to a friendly port. I love
Officer
this. And
approaching.
the even cooler aspect
Infantry
is
on the
we
move.
get these
Infantry
additional
standing by.
units. Norwegian regulars under our command.
There in a minute.
And as you can see here, I thought that tank was a threat. No, he is completely
Ready
not
to
a threat.
flatten
We're going
some
to
fools.
try to roll up and hit him.
Open
And
fire.
thank goodness for
Target
distance.
eliminated.
Because that
Tank
makes it
ready
much
for
easier to
action.
take out yet another enemy tank
Coordinates
group.
received.
Let's get right past, boys.
Where do you need us?
Royal
It's a
tank
good idea to
busters
get
are
behind
here.
that thing. Although now with the king, I am a little concerned with King Haakon
The workhorse of the
potentially getting shot at by this thing. So we're gonna have to go just behind it.
Sailing to new coordinates.
At this point, we're almost certainly gonna have to help directly with the naval combat here. But we could also start shelling these locations,
quarters.
trying to take out some of the enemy artillery. There we go. Look at that, a shell hole. And you know what? If we could get the kill on this ship, it would be pretty cool.
We are the Empire, now as then.
Carrier ship reporting.
All right, carrier can help us with entrance here into Narvik.
Destroyer here. What is your command? Maneuvering. Sailing the 7 seas.
Officer approaching. Where do you need us?
Yeah, I don't think
Infantry
we need any
on
more
the
units in
move.
the north whatsoever.
God save the king.
Send
Pack
everybody
up your troubles
southwards.
in your old kit bag.
Let's see if any of these planes are ready to fly.
Keeping the sky clear. Ready for action, I think. His Majesty's finest.
One of the Spitfires is ready to fly. Yep, we're gonna go for these bunkers. I do want to target the enemy guns too, but these bunkers pose their own
Strafing.
threat. So let's go ahead and deal some damage to them, and we'll have this Spitfire out and ready to fight again next turn. Yeah, some strafing runs can absolutely make a difference.
Infantry standing by.
Looks like it's always better to go kind of here to the unit thing.
Where
Bristol
do you
Blonheim.
need us?
And actually, I want to hit that gun. It's an 88. I know for sure it's going to be used to target us.
Rain
We've got to go
fire.
for it. We're going to take damage, but that 88 has to be dealt with. And they're too far from the coast, I think, for
Pray
us to
there aren't
provide
any
that
flak
sort of
cannons.
air support. So we have to find an
No
alternative.
escaping us.
With this guy, we'll go for the
Commencing
bunker complex.
bombardment. Pray there aren't any flak
Even though we
cannons.
can't destroy it this
Bomber
turn, we
squadron
could damage
ready
it
for
to such a
duty.
point that
Share these
it's
rations.
not going to be a threat. There we go.
Blown to
Oh, we
bits.
can destroy
Eyes
it. Well
peeled for
done,
enemy
boys.
fighters.
Thank you for proving me wrong. It looks like we've got another bomber ready to go here. And we're going to hit that 88 again.
Bombardment.
Not every bombing mission is safe for the bombers. That's just not the way war works.
Coordinates.
So next turn, maybe even this turn, we can't attack them this turn, but next turn at least we might be able to attack with the Dingoes and hopefully wipe out that resistance, take that airfield, one less bit of resistance we have to deal with.
Tank ready for action.
We can also start using this airfield. And one more city. All right, guys, ending the turn once again. Let me make sure that I've moved all of the King's units. We have not moved the scout, so I'm going to keep him near the King.
Infantry awaiting orders. Giving it all we've got.
And
ammo reserves empty.
Just want to make sure that he's flying to base. There we go. This guy too.
Ammo reserves empty.
And I think we are missing, forgetting one. Nope.
Fly fast, hit hard.
We'll get the swordfish to go over here and start opening fire on the enemy's large ship. We might as well. We've got no other use for these guys, and they've got torpedoes. There we go. This plane that I've been making fun of the entire stream actually did a tremendous job, destroying one of the larger German ships there. Either the Gneissau or the Scharnhorst.
Guarding the Empire.
Damn good job. Okay, here we go, folks. Very heavy fighting in the north in Narvik. Yeah, they might actually kill a few of our units. Maybe we shouldn't have sent those infantry back so soon. I'm starting to think that now we might need them. But thankfully, look at that. Got some Norwegian allies moving in, and good. They're going to definitely support on this attack, although they kind of just made things a little more difficult for us, because now we can't go into the tile they're in. It's not a huge deal, but a little frustrating. Now for Gneissau. Wonderful supporting fire there. They're hitting that central point. That's exactly what I needed. The AI in the game is definitely decent. I must give the game that. It's definitely got some pretty decent AI as far as these turn-based strategy games go.
No escaping us. Dropping the payload.
Got a shell hole, and now I'm just going to try to fly back to base. Just get out of here. It's nighttime.
Tank ready for action.
Perfect time to attack, I believe. So what I want to do with these bombers is wipe out that bunker on top.
Pray there aren't any flak cannons.
Could also try to fly over and kind of see what we're dealing with here. But this is not a scouting unit, so what we can do is we can take this unit,
with my little eye.
Push him forward, and he's a scouting unit, so he should be able to get a pretty good view of the enemy units at location. In fact, if I really want to know what's going on,
ambush up ahead.
We get right there. We're not really seeing anything. And there is an ambush up ahead. I am going to take one for the team.
Rain fire.
Fly in with the bomber. Sure enough, that's going to be enemy AA for sure.
Nobody will stay hidden for long. Ready to make some craters. Opening the bomb chute.
I think we'll get in on the second run. Enemy infantry. Ooh, and a lot of support back here. In fact, they even have artillery support. That's going to suck for any advancing units. Let's go ahead. I changed my mind. I'm taking these Norwegians this way to assist with capturing the city. In fact, we can get the Daimler Dingo right there, and look at that. We get a perfect view of what they've got in the city. Artillery and anti-tank.
We'll get it done.
A lot of stuff that would make this this push quite complex.
Guarding the Empire. Orders confirmed.
Ooh.
Tanks awaiting orders. We're
just moving our tanks forward right now.
Ready to flatten
some
some
current
foes.
line of fire, unfortunately.
Bomber squadron ready for duty.
One thing we should have, though, for sure, are additional bombers and fighters that are ready to assist here. I'm going to send the first one over here to Narvik. No, he's not going to be able to do much damage, actually, so I take that back. Maybe we'll send him to one of these other forts.
Strafing.
Yeah, let's just do a strafing run here.
We'll take point.
Let's see where the king is. I think we're going to be able to get the king safely back to England. It's no concern for the King of Norway here. Again, taking one for the team. Let's take this Bristol Blenheim and just try and knock out their arty.
Care package incoming.
Not bad.
Eyes peeled for enemy fighters.
I'm listening.
Yep, we're still going to do a strafing run. It seems kind of crazy.
On the move.
As long as we're lowering entrenchment and making it easier to get in here, I think it's the right thing to do.
No escaping us. Ready to make some craters.
None shall find us wanting.
Got a job for a tank?
Should be able to get in this turn,
Tank
if not this
squadron
turn,
reporting.
certainly next turn.
Got a clear shot. Be there in a jiffy.
Fire at will. I swear, if I hear someone calling us a banana boat...
Alright.
Infantry standing by.
Move in with the infantry. They've made it really tough to get in here, I'm not going to lie. I mean,
attack.
Really tough to get in here. And they're still not giving up the ghost. We do, of course, have our Norwegian allies there assisting.
Ready to crack some tanks open.
This is pretty enraging, though.
Infantry standing by. God, please don't be sentry duty.
So we'll also take some of the bombers there next turn, and we will send them to the north to assist.
Ready for gunboat
I'm tempted to even bring the gunboat
None shall
forward
find us
to
wanting.
help. It's just... Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do.
Master
Let's
and
bring the King
commander.
George. I mean, this is a beautiful ship. Then again, you know what? Let's get the King George over here, because we can use him
Engine
to
at top
provide
speed.
that much-needed support. Look at that. Can fire at any of these units. So I'm actually going to
like it's
fire at that central unit there.
Collective fire.
You guys know the King George can pretty much completely shut down one unit for good.
The sea is ours.
Let's try to shut down the sharks. Or the Gneiss, whichever one it is.
Now this is gunboat diplomacy.
The workhorse of the Navy.
Some torpedoes. And there we go,
Stuart,
guys. We got them.
sent the German fleet to the bottom of the Norwegian trench.
Wonderful news. You've made the seas a little safer for us and for the Royal Norwegian Navy.
Absolutely beautiful. Always like to hear good news, don't you guys?
Fighter squadron is here.
Let's keep on going. And once again, carrying out another run right here. Although, since they've got their 88, I kind of want to attack the 88.
Affirmative.
But this thing is already so badly damaged that we might as well follow it through with another
Fighter
attack.
squadron ready for duty. A soldiering life for me.
Trust in God, the King, and proper gun maintenance.
I like that. Trust in God, the King, and proper gun maintenance.
We'll be there.
Infantry standing by. A soldiering life for me.
Our timing is
Alright,
always
folks,
impeccable.
we are going to end the turn here. Now that we've liberated the Norwegian Navy from that battle with the enemy, they can completely support us here. in terms of air support, or I should say off-map,
His Majesty's finest.
off-coast artillery
Approaching
support.
target.
So that's pretty awesome.
Loaded to the brim. Just tell us where to go.
All right, let's use the bombers. Really try to
Rain fire.
loosen them up or weaken them. Of course, with the enemy AA, it's going to be tough to do this. In fact, we'll send that guy back to an air base.
What is
But
your
I want to
order?
keep trying with the rest of them. I mean, eventually the nut's going to crack. As you can see,
Rain
eventually we are
fire.
going to start doing damage here. He's got, I think, one more payload. Might as well drop it. Fly him back to base. And really just weaken this
Loaded
unit
to
to the
the
point
brim.
of us being able to walk
Rain
right in.
fire.
We've done it before. I want to do it again. This guy might
Orders
have one more
confirmed.
bomb run in him. Bum run. He might have one more bum run
Fly
in him.
fast,
Here we
hit
go.
hard. Commencing bombardment. Moving to the new quadrant. Just tell us where to go.
We're going
Attention.
to move into the woods.
Ambush up ahead.
Tanks awaiting orders.
The tanks will take damage
Officer
here. Maybe
approaching.
we should just move with the infantry.
Move.
Yeah, I'm gonna have the infantry target. Oh my goodness,
Need
they're
a
still gonna
scout.
take damage here,
British
though.
infantry reporting.
Damn. Maybe we should have been hitting this enemy AT position.
I'm listening.
On our last bombs.
All right, we do still have bombers. Hold on now.
What is your order?
Unfortunately, they can't get here this turn. That's too bad. Okay, well, we'll at least get them into the AO.
Received. Heading there now.
Gosh, I'm glad they weren't at the other air base. It would have taken way too long to get here.
Fighter squadron ready for duty.
This will have to do.
For
We'll
the
bring in the
king,
fighters.
etc., etc.
I mean, the RAF have been absolute heroes during this battle.
On our way to the coordinates.
Anybody call for big boomers?
Yeah, we can
Understood.
use those
Moving.
next turn.
Aye, Commander. Guarding the Empire.
Seemingly anything we
Where
do
do you need
here
us?
is going to cost us
Get 'em, boys, get 'em.
casualty-wise. So I am going to hit them over here with the Norwegians.
We'll sneak up on them.
We'll also hit them with the Daimler Dingo. We know how effective this thing can be.
Understood.
Infantry standing by.
Tanks awaiting orders.
And look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful, guys.
Form up,
I mean,
form
unfortunately, we can't hit him this turn
Infantry
again,
standing
because
by.
one more hit,
Recon
and he's
units
gone.
standing by.
He's just gone. There's
His
no way he
Majesty's
makes
own
it out.
disappointment.
We might actually look for a
Royal
hurricane.
fighters standing by.
Yes.
You know the
We
rules,
can
and
attack
so
the
do
area,
I.
guys. Look at that. Beautiful.
Direct hit.
Tanks awaiting orders.
Thanks very much.
Tommies are here.
I had to.
Recon
Please,
unit
guys, I had to.
reporting.
You guys know, you know how it is.
Strategic
Boom.
location captured.
Bam. We're getting ever closer
Ready to flatten
to
some
total
fools.
victory here. So we're gonna take that one. Then I guess we're just gonna have to move on over. We are gonna be forced to take the airfield, I think.
All hands on deck.
Of course, what we can do is soften her up a lot here with additional firepower. I want this thing to be
Sailing the
a
seven
pile of
seas.
cinders by the time I get here. I don't care if there's anything here. Fortunately, you know, it is a city, but if we get in there, we win. So that's what I'm looking to do. Speaking of winning, where is the king? So we have to get him to a seaport. Let's send him right there.
King Haakon the Seventh has safely boarded a transport to Britain, General Brooke. Prepare a welcoming party for His Majesty.
Absolutely, Harold. Absolutely. Thank you. King George will be thrilled to meet his august peer.
Absolutely awesome. We're also going to get royal gratitude for future missions. So again, if you guys enjoy this series and you want to see
We
more
bring
of
the
it, you know what to
firepower.
do. I really want to do
Infantry
those future
standing by.
missions, and we can take everything we've unlocked here
God save the king.
and
Move, move.
use it in those
A soldering
situations.
life for me.
Sorry, I'm trying to
There
read
in
a
a
text
minute.
message while narrating, and you should never do that. It doesn't work. Okay, Nodovic still and not under our
None
control,
shall find us
incredibly, but I
wanting.
think we get in this turn.
None shall escape. The target is no more. We claim this
Victory
for the
is
crown.
ours, and Narvik
Get 'em,
is
boys, get
liberated.
'em.
We'll still continue a few attacks here against their guns.
Tank
They're going to place
squadron
this in general.
reporting. Target in sight.
And there we go. They've
We
surrendered.
captured the
That
position.
is the right choice.
All hands on deck.
Congratulations.
We bring the firepower. Coordinates
No,
received.
no real need to get this AT gun destroyed, so we're going to move him back as well.
A soldering life for me.
And I believe that's about it, my friends. We can end the turn here. Now, 4 turns left to grab that location. That doesn't seem like enough. I hope we can be quite quick here. I hope our units specifically can be quite quick in their movements.
Sir Stuart, we couldn't reach the German equipment on time.
Yeah,
General
that's okay.
Alexander.
Alright, not much we could do about that secondary objective.
Fighter squadron is here.
Let's see. So again, we're trying to reach that location as
We'll
quickly as
punch them
possible.
full of holes.
I might just send this
We'll
guy
be
forward to
there.
find out what they have there.
The workhorse of the Navy. Keep calm and blow up the U-boats.
And if this
All
guy can
hands on
get
deck.
range on the 88, we're going to fire at that.
Everybody's dead,
Yes! Wow, everybody is dead.
Dave. Fire. Rapid
Nice to get one of our
engineers.
units through here. So we really do want to
On
break
our
through
last
this
bombs.
turn over here in the east.
Flying to designated coordinates.
And again, I don't think it should be too hard
Need
for
a
our
new
guys, but
payload.
they've had
Opening the
issues
bomb
getting in
chute.
here. Payload is gone. They're going to have to get back.
What is your order?
But we've got this fresh bomber,
Received. Heading there now.
and I believe he can do quite a lot of damage too. So here we go.
Care package incoming. Where do you need us? Fly fast, hit hard.
Let's get him out of the
Need
way.
a new payload.
Yeah, this guy's just going to proceed back to base.
The RAF have arrived.
What about just attacking head-on from
I'm
here?
listening.
We probably would
On
do
His
okay, but
Majesty's
we would be
service.
much better off actually striking
Fighter
them
squadron is
with the
here.
fighter squadron first. So
You
let's
know
do
the
that.
rules, and so do I.
Weaken them a little bit more. I don't want them to have any opportunity
orders
to
for
damage
us?
our men.
Time
We're
to
even going to
strike.
do a second strafing run. I'm actually avoiding the artillery just to do that strafing run. That's how desperately I want to get hits there.
I spy with my little eye.
I mean, we have to move, guys. We can't stick around. And I think we got him.
Kill confirmed. It's ours now.
It is indeed. All right, we're
Hidden
going to keep
enemy
on
up
moving.
ahead.
Aye, Commander.
We're moving the tanks through too.
At full speed. We'll get it done.
Obviously, I don't want to leave the place undefended, and that gun could move in and
Tanks
take a few
awaiting
locations,
orders.
but that's what we've got the infantry for.
God, please don't be sentry duty. Forward, boys.
Oh, you're going to be
attack.
attacking, don't you worry.
British infantry reporting.
Tank squadron reporting. Moving to coordinates.
And it's important to make sure that we destroy these threats just for the future, so
Need a new
I am
payload.
getting rid of them.
Any orders for us?
Oh, yes.
Attention. Ambush up ahead.
So glad that the
Target
scout can
eliminated.
spot that ambush before it becomes
It's
a problem.
ours now.
And we can take these central
It's ours
locations right away.
Where do
Okay,
we go
folks,
now?
hopefully not too much left before we have a nice
Britannia
triumph here, a
rules
nice
the waves.
victory.
We'll blow them to kingdom come. Got a job for a tank?
Need a new payload.
And we might also have some bombers that just finished refueling. Nope, everybody's out here with us. All right, let's end the turn. They still have tanks. I don't like this. Bombers aren't going to be able to rest as soon as I thought they were. Okay, we need that Norwegian support, and hopefully they're striking the tanks. We can't really see from here, but hopefully that's what they're aiming for. Enemy armor is a big problem. They're just throwing everything at that.
Standing by.
Whatever works. In In fact,
Let's go for a safari.
yeah, I didn't think it was going to be that easy. Again, not a unit we're
Anybody
putting
go for
too much
big
value
boomers?
in. We really want to deal with the tank and the infantry,
Bring
and
down
maybe
the
even
Lord.
just the infantry, because if we get rid of him, we don't have to
Master
worry
and
about the tank.
Commander. Man all battle stations.
Beautiful.
Target
Oh, yes.
obliterated.
Alright,
One
guys,
of them
looks like
like
we
it's
got
to
rid of the
follow.
tank quite easily. And even the enemy infantry here
Commander.
is kind of on their last legs.
Attack
That.
successful.
Just one unit. If we can just get one
Guarding
unit in there
the
this turn,
Empire.
guys, that is victory, I
Strategic
believe.
General Brooke,
Look
all
at
the
that.
key points in central Norway have been captured. My forces are ready to depart for Oslo.
Congratulations, Harold. Excellent leadership.
Ready to...
Magnificent work, General
All right, my
Alexander.
friends. Well, I hope you guys had fun.
However,
I
we won't be
certainly
able to
did.
capitalize on this
And
victory.
it looks
We
like
are
the next
expecting
one is going to
German
be us
invasion of
assisting
France any day
to
now.
defend
If it
France
does
against the
happen,
German
we will
invasion.
take all of our available forces to
At least that's
contain
what it
the
looks like.
situation. So the Norwegian operation will have to
Special
be
thanks
defeated.
to our subscribers,
Return
but
home,
also
General.
a really
I
special
have a different
thanks
task for
to
you.
our channel members. Those are the guys that financially support this channel for just $3 a month. It's like, you know, the price of 3 coffees. If you don't mind buying me 3 coffees a month, you can watch every single one of my videos nonstop, or you could just watch them for free. Either way, I do appreciate you guys being here. As you can see, it looks like we got a few awards. Knight Grand Cross of the Most Distinguished Order of St. Michael. This is for saving the king. And Lieutenant General rank. Alright, folks, thank you so much. We've got enemies killed there. All of the stats in case you want to review them. And I'll see you in the next one.